Hello Salty Gamers, this is week 13 review. It'll be a short review because of the OBS issues that we've had today, this weekend, so I'll do a quick summary of what I've been up to this week and take it from there. So we've hit level 80, we're pretty much halfway to just over halfway to 81. As far as the challenges are concerned, we're all maxed out for our level. We'll need to do a new one soon at 82 for some of them. So we have changed our farm for First Order. In the last 3 weeks we've made 46, gathered 46 shards of Sith Trooper and 42 shards of Hux, as opposed to 3 days farming First Order Executioner, which we've already got them up to 3 stars. So we're moving our farms for First Order onto Cantina to get them up on the First Order side. I've used some money to level up, they're not real in-game money, not real money. Credits to upgrade Kylo, Phasma and First Order Officer to gear level 70 and geared them to gear 8, hoping that will be enough to do the event. I've not put any ability mats on as yet, or mods on these ones. I've also 7-starred Phasma, should 7-star First Order Officer fairly soon, and then these ones will come up fairly quickly along Kylo, so it shouldn't be maybe a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks more, maybe by the 4th month we'll have the whole First Order, maybe sooner, First Order farmed up to 7 stars and ready to go to wipe out the BB-8 event. We're still going to farm Mara Jade on the Heart nodes because we don't have much Heart node farms at the moment, and then we'll move on to we're still farming Rey, pick her up from the shop. Same with Trooper, we're picking any characters up from the shop that we can just to ease the energy farm, because we need to subsidize the energy into doing gear. We've got Dash Rendar at almost 50 shards, Lando's coming along nicely, and then we've got the two Han and Chewie veterans, 2 stars, almost 3 stars. Chewie's already 3 stars. They won't take too long to go. I should hopefully only have to put Han up to gear 8, and then that will be good to go there. Shop farms, Resistance Pilot, we're just plugging away, putting points into him, shards into him, so that we get him 7 stars as part of our journey guide for our Galactic Legend. We had a credit heist on Thursday. The team worked out well. I don't need to do any more investment because I've now maxed out the credit heist. So at this stage I don't need to do any more investment into the bounty hunters. They can stay at level 66 and gear 8 until we're pushing our bounty hunter stuff. It's similar with these guys down here. They'll all get farmed up. IG-88 not so much, but we need Greef and Mando and Bosk. Bosk for his ship, Mando to get Beskar Mando. So side projects that we have, I've got Jedi Rey requirements just as a placeholder in here. They're not a side project, that's a main project, just we're not gearing them up at the moment. So we're at 5 stars with Finn. We've got 100 shards left of Rey to go, and like I said, we'll get there with Han and Chewie. BB-8, we've got 50 shards, so that's going to come easy. As for side projects, I think a boon to the account, along with, which I'll just move this now, Nope. Duplicate that to there. So the after requirement, Sana Staros has just recently became farmable in the Cantina. So all Dr. After's requirements are now farmable. So as a side project, we'll do Star Killer, and we'll do Afra for our 2 side projects. Third being the Mando requirements, which I think I've got in a tab here. So yeah, so these Mando requirements, they're another side project, but all of this is really side projects away from the main goal of which is getting Galactic Legends Raid. So that's it on the character front. Shipment wise, we were sitting up at 30 million credits. We've now got 200 crystals, doing some refreshes per day. So we're not too bad on credits. We spent best part of 9 million gearing up the first order to where they are. And we have, we're picking up this currency quite frequently. Now and again I'll do a Cantina refresh and we'll get the first order officer. As soon as the first order officer's complete, so 3 more times, we'll move on to Poe and we'll get him unlocked. Moving on to Squad Arena, we're still sitting under the top 1000, so I'm now using the currency to finish off our farm for Leia, which won't be long, and then she'll just sit there ready to go to 7 stars when we do CLS. I'll move on from there, from Leia on to probably Savage Opress, because he works well in a Sith team and he's got a good Omicron for Grand Arena. So we'll get him up eventually in here and Mace Windu as well. That's it, and Nute Gunray as Nute Gunray. So it'll be Savage, Nute Gunray, and Mace, along with IG, are the next farms in Squad Arena just to bring them up. But if I see gear that we need in here rather than get the shards, because the gear's a priority, the shards will come when we need them. Mainly focusing on ships in here. If there's no ships available, we fire in a resistance pilot. We buy 10 shards of him to keep him getting to 7 stars. But if it's not ships that we're using currently, we're not buying them out of here. Hence why these ships are stuck. Spy is still going to sit at 5 stars at the moment. Fleet, this is the sort of ships that we're working on. So we've got the Resistance X-Wing, we're almost got it at 5 stars. And then picked up pilot in here as well, because we're currently using them. I would pick up Poe as well, but I'm going to wait. Actually, I'll pick up Poe now because we've got a refresh happening soon. So we'll get a refresh later on today and some more credits. We'll do a Fleet Arena currency and we'll buy more stuff out here. So that's where I am with that. On to guild tokens then. We got almost 8,500 of the guild currency 2 and 987 of number 1. Get 1. There's nothing in the store at this moment to buy. I'm not wasting this currency on getting a Ahsoka Starfighter, even though we could do with her getting up 7 stars. I'll wait for characters character shards, because they work better and it'll just save on energy farming, like I was mentioning at the start. Plus in here, if there's specific gear that only turns up here, we'll buy it here. And then that just gives us a bank of gear. Like these stun cuffs, they're farmable, but this is a relatively good deal, so we could get a nice stash of them. We're going to need about 2,000 to gear up characters we need, so we've got 1 shard extra of Phasma, so fill in that shard shop currency. Likewise in here, like these, I don't think it's A1s, but there's certain ones in here that will turn up, that only turn up in the shops, like the furnaces, Mark 5 furnaces. Sometimes this is quite good to buy, and it saves farming lower gear, so I'll just buy 2 of them. It's the full piece. And that's it for the store. We're still continually winning war. I've reset it now so the currency's all balanced out, so we've not got any odd numbers here. We're going up in 400s and it'll stay that way, so we can zero it out and not have any excess currency. Into the arenas, we have 765 for squad and 176. We did slip out of the arena for a couple of days. We're back under the 200, which gives us a 1200 currency each day. If we could break it into the 50s, we might be able to push past, but a lot of these characters, guys, maybe done hyperdrive bundle, etc., and that's why they're already sitting quite low. But hopefully, if we could push the, because they're all the standard ships that we start with, if we could push the Radis and get that early on, that might give us the edge to get going with the fleet and put down in the fleet. As for events, we just got the Galactic Challenge and spend some Dathomir, but we don't have the requirements for this one as yet. Finalizer's coming up, so this is a similar event to what the Radis will be. We'll get the Radis event coming up in the next week or so, but we won't be able to do it as yet. Looking at ships then. Top 2 rows is what we're working on currently. Still farming rays every day. In the fleet battles we've now unlocked Poe's ship to farm, so each day we'll farm with excess currency Poe's ship. We'll farm Poe's ship as well as the Millennium Falcon, Lando's Falcon. Once we get to 82 and we unlock the final modes in Cantina, we'll start farming the Ebon Hawk. Once we build up Jedi Rays requirements, we'll use that team to advance in light side and start unlocking Hound's Tooth. So it's these ships, these 3 and these 4 that we need to farm. Of course, we'll also have to farm the pilots. So Poe's already been worked on. He's also a requirement for Ray, the GL Ray. Boss, you should just get this ship regardless of any journey guides or anything that you're doing. It's the best ship in the game. And then the Ebon Hawk, we need to farm these 2 pilots, which means that we might also sidetrack into doing Jedi Knight Revan at some point as well, because we'll have 2 of these some of these requirements there, or both Revans in fact, at some point in the near future. So that's ships. Looking at the journey guide, so we're still on BB-8's journey. We've been picking up some shards of First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot as well in the fleet store. If we can get him up to 7 stars before, say, Kylo Ren, then we'll use him because he's a shop farm, but we're not relying on him. If we get him up to 7 stars, we get him up to 7 stars. This will also help boost into our Supreme Leader Kylo. We will go and do that. Cantina, we are on 7. We need to get to 8, which is level 83, not 82, so we've got a wee while yet. We've only got 2 nodes to do here, which should be relatively easy. Clear them off, and then we'll move into 83. At level 83, we'll move into Cantina 8, which will be where we progress to start farming Ebon Hawk as soon as possible, because it'll be a ship that we definitely need, not just for the Raddus. It'll help in general until we can get the Raddus. Looking at the mod front, we're sitting with a few mods at the moment. We'll just manage the mods now. To check for any speed whilst we're on. So this has got a speed secondary, so we'll lock that in. Save that. Right now, I'm not fussed how much speed it's got, as long as it's got speed, and then we'll narrow it down as we go. So go for the speed arrows, see if we've got any of them. Low speed arrows. So first thing we'll do is check all the greys, we'll sell all them. Make some credits back, and then go into it, just unassign everything. Select all. Even though they're purples, we're just worried about getting speed on them. So another 66,000, so there's 100,000 back, just over 100,000 back from selling a handful of mods. So eventually, once we've done most of our farming, we'll then double down and send the refreshes on energy for Cantina or normal energy. We'll do refreshes for mods, and we'll really push our mod. Grind and farm to get as much high speed mods as we can. Looking at the store then, currently the Iden ships just came out, the TIE Defender, so they're pushing that. You can get it on the fleet nodes, but I'm not pushing the refreshes on the fleet nodes to get it at this stage, because it will not benefit our account at the moment. And there's nothing for crystals that we want to buy here either. We've got 29,000, so we'll get the auto clicker on, and we'll get these packs opened to pick up some gear and resources there. And that's all. So next week's plan for the next week is to save up all our credits until next week's video. So not intending to spend anything unless there's a specific event on that I need to spend some gear, etc. to get it going. We will then intend to leave these guys at 70, but we'll keep farming their shards. If they max out first, if they max out first of their officer, I'll just promote them straight up to some stars. We'll leave the raid requirements at the moment. Hopefully we'll bring up at least one of these characters close to 7 stars. I've started off with the Executioner just to get sort of a 4th one to at least 4 stars, and I'll go back and forward to increase them up in stars until we then do Kylo Ren. So that's the plan there. Gear wise, what we're farming each day, we will farm some Kyrotechs, which are these ones, Mark 9s, and some shock pods as well on excess energy, as well as her node, because the only hard nodes that we're farming currently is Rey, both her nodes, and then once she's maxed out in shards we'll only farm her ship. Mara Jade, and then fleet energy will be Lando, and I also want to put in pole for his ship, to remind me to farm the ship, as well as Aiden, not because we're going to use Aiden at any time, but she has the Vulture Droid, which is helping us on fleets, so we'll farm that up a bit. Cantina Farms, first order is the priority, then moving on to Finn, Chewie and Han, and then L3, and then followed by Dash and the other Starkiller requirements. In the shops then, again, these four are the priority. Now, we go from left to right, and then we'll increase as we go there. Build up teams then, these will just stay as is until we need them. This journey guide will stay, credit heist will stay, and then the side projects, as we've already discussed, will get built up eventually. So I may add side projects into here as I go, as I see different things that we want to do that will benefit the account without sidetracking too much. So that's it, the idea for the next week. So hopefully OBS holds up and we don't have any more downsides. So you'll notice that I've got the frame on the camera now. I believe it was the plug-in that I put on to hide the background for the camera that might have been causing me freezing. So hopefully, because since I put that on, that's when it started happening. So hopefully now that that's been turned off, we'll be able to continue on uninterrupted. So short one this week because I had done it all when other things, family matters, were come up. We were busy this weekend, so we never got much time to do a full video. And I wanted to test OBS as well, so hopefully it's not too short for you and it's informative. And I will catch you on the next one. Stay salty.